Now, just as of recently, after buying a ton of dividend paying ETFs over the last several weeks, my long-term dividend portfolio yet again hit another massive milestone. For the first time, my total monthly dividend income, estimated of course on a monthly basis, is over $9,000 per month. Now, this of course did not happen overnight. I've been investing in dividend paying stocks and ETFs for 9 years straight now, buying as much as I can pretty much afford to do so every single day the market's been open for several years. Now, when I inputted some new shares that I purchased in the last week or so, I realized once again that my portfolio reached this brand new milestone, my longer term goal being for the portfolio to hit $10,000 per month, which hopefully will hit by the end of this year. But regardless of that, it really had me thinking to myself, what would $9,000 per month do for my lifestyle if I, of course, use these dividends as of right now to pay for things like bills, to use for any expenses, honestly, or just use the money to sort of blow and buy stuff for fun, which crazy enough, up until this point, up until this moment, I've been reinvesting every single dividend that comes in every month or every quarter or every week back into more dividend paying stocks and ETFs every single time. Now, even though this is not the first time I thought about this, it really had me thinking once again, dang, imagine if I could spend the $9,000 monthly. But then quickly I realized again the importance and the power of reinvesting your dividends for a long time and how much faster that grows the portfolio and grows your dividend income. And I figured I'd make a video about it, sharing with you guys what it looks like in real practice. So the goal of this video is going to be very simple. I'm going to share with you guys how important and why it's so important to absolutely keep reinvesting your dividends as long as humanly possible. Now, trust me, there's been plenty of times throughout the last decade that I've been wanting to spend my dividends, whether it's a big dividend I receive from Realty Income, whether it's a monster dividend I receive from BNQ, or whatever other dividend is paid to me. I'm very tempted quite often to spend that money on something fun, but instead I know that I have a longer term mission here, and I know that that money is not mine. That money is going straight into more dividend paying stocks and ETFs to make this number get larger and larger as the weeks, as the months go on. So I promise you, if you're a dividend investor hoping to compound a portfolio to a massive portfolio someday, definitely stick around, drop a link down below, and let's get right into it. My A to Z dividend investing ebook has helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker that I'm constantly using here on the channel has also helped so many investors stay on track and allow them to see their dividend income in real time. Well, today I have another treat for you guys. I'm not only going to offer you my A to Z dividend investing ebook and the custom dividend tracker, but also just for a short limited time, I'm going to be adding in my brand new weekly dividend blueprint ebook to show you how you can get started with weekly dividend ETFs and add this into your investing strategy. This offer is not going to last long, so go ahead and click the first link down below in my description, and you're going to get both ebooks and the custom dividend tracker bundle. But like I said, please act fast because this won't be around for long. Now let's get back into the video. So when we're talking about reinvesting dividends, let's talk about what compound interest is. This is very important. It says compound interest is interest that is added to the initial principal of an investment or loan, thereby increasing the balance and in turn increasing the amount of interest earned or paid in the next period. The power of compounding helps a sum of money grow faster than if just simple interest were calculated on the principal alone. The greater the number of compounding periods, the greater of compound interest growth will be. Now, I always say this especially to newer dividend investors. The longer you stay in the game and the larger you get your portfolio, the easier it literally is. The more your portfolio pays you, the more your portfolio is going to pay you if you keep reinvesting that money. For savings and investment, compound interest is your friend as it multiplies your money at an accelerated rate, which is what I was just saying. But if you have debt, of course, the opposite is true. So the key takeaways: compounding interest is generating interest on interest. Compounding multiplies savings or investing at an accelerated rate. Now, this is a super famous chart right here, and I'm even going to share with you guys multiple different real life examples of what it looks like if you do reinvest your dividends over time. But the basic idea is pretty simple. When you get started off, if you're in your first, second, third, fourth year of investing, and you've been reinvesting all those dividends and you still don't really feel like there's a massive hockey stick as far as your portfolio's growth, as far as your portfolio's dividends, you have to just hold tight. Because in my opinion, around year 10, year 12, year 14, that's when things really start to ramp up. And then from there, things get absolutely out of control. Now, let's be real. If you start off with a massive amount of money invested, it's probably not going to take long at all till your interest or your dividends are already pretty high. But for most investors like myself, I put in as much as I could over the last decade, sometimes more, sometimes less. But to be real, it really took several years until I felt like I reached milestones that really gave my portfolio liftoff. Now, to show you guys what this would look like in real practice, just to really prove that dividend reinvesting is very crucial if you want to build your portfolio way larger, way faster in the future. If we look at a 20-year time frame with $50,000 starting principal, $12,000 per year, 5% yield, 5% dividend growth, 7% annual share price growth, and dividend reinvestment is going to be turned off. So this is going to say that basically every single quarter that the distributions are going to be paid. Just for an example, you're going to spend the dividends instead of reinvesting them. Now, the crazy thing is that based off of these numbers, that $50,000 $1,000 initial investment, based off all the numbers we have to go off of, after 20 years would still be worth around $685,000. Not too shabby whatsoever, but just wait 1 second. When we turn on DRIP and we reinvest the dividends along the way over the years, which again is what I've been doing ever since I started investing, you're going to see these numbers get way larger, way quicker. So remember, without reinvesting dividends, the portfolio over 20 years would end up around $700,000. Now, still at the beginning, it's going to take some time for things to really ramp up, even with dividends being reinvested. But like I said, year number 9, year number 10, year number 11, that's when things are really going to start to hockey stick. And after 20 years, that same 20 years, your portfolio value would be worth $1 million more or less. Now, depending on what your initial portfolio yield is, of course, how much dividend increase you have, and everything else, the numbers could look different in the future, but that just shows you the vast power of what reinvesting dividends over just a 20-year time frame can do. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned that I have been reinvesting my dividends since I started investing almost a decade ago. So maybe you guys are curious on what I actually do. Do I have DRIP turned on in my various portfolio brokerages, or actually how I use my dividends, what I buy, etc. So the way that I've always done it, not saying this is right or wrong, but just sharing with you guys what I personally do, I've never had dividend reinvestment turned on any of my brokerage accounts. I always just get paid out dividends, have that money in my cash balance, and then on an ongoing basis, basically buy whatever dividend paying stocks or ETFs that have my interest on that given week or given month. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, at this point, with $9,000 more or less coming in per month on average, again, some months are going to be higher or lower, that gives me more than enough cash balance to basically make all the buys I would ever need to make in my brokerage accounts and then some, which is amazing because I remember not that long ago, it felt like I had to keep depositing money from my active income job into my brokerage accounts to keep up with all the purchases I was hoping to make on an ongoing basis. So not only do I now earn enough dividend income consistently to make all my purchases and to keep growing my portfolio basically with money that I didn't even work for, but also on top of that, because of the power of compound interest, when I buy more dividend paying stocks and ETFs, this number is also going to keep going up. So every single month, every single quarter, it's getting easier and easier to buy even more dividend paying stocks and ETFs that also are going to pay me more and more dividends. It's almost like the entire portfolio gets out of control, like I said, once it reaches a certain level. Now, again, I by no means think I have the largest dividend portfolio across YouTube or across the world, but because I'm currently 32 years old, I've been working on this portfolio for around 10 years now almost. I'm very proud of what the portfolio has become, even though it is far from finished. So I hope that gives you guys a lot more of an idea on why it's so important to reinvest your dividends, in my opinion, long term, and how that can really help your portfolio compound in the future. Now, before I go into a question for you guys down below, as far as dividend paying stock or ETF, what's one position you're currently trying to build out aggressively in your portfolio? Let me know the ticker symbol in my comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like in it and subscribe for more future content like this. This offer is not going to last long, so go ahead and click the first link down below in my description, and you're going to get both ebooks and the custom dividend tracker bundle. But like I said, please act fast because this won't be around for long. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.